Chris. How are ya?
Jesus, Rob. Rob, I'm going to tell you.
It's another week. It's another weekly dose.
Delighted to hear your voice.
Weekly dose of Rob.
Jesus, don't joke.
And Chris.
Do you know that site I came across something about it wasn't a real human or something? You know where you go on and you put in you just press it and it gives you a picture of somebody who isn't real.
Oh yes, yeah.
Well, I've done the same for voices, and I'm desperately searching for your voice on it. It's called This Isn't Rob. But whenever you hit it, it gives you a kind of a Canadian twang, but I haven't quite hit it yet.
Oh yeah.
That's what it says. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How are you, man? Are you good? You're surviving?
I'm good. For some reason my audio has screwed up tonight, so I'm recording direct with the microphones off the Zoom recorder. So we'll see how that goes.
But Rob, let me tell you this: it's not about being perfect, as I well know, being 52. We find ourselves on very strange ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally am happy your mics have gone down.
Why is that?
Now you seem normal. Well, you're less that Mother Teresa figure. You know, you're kind of one of the
Mother
guys.
Teresa.
Again. Welcome back, Rob. I know Mother Teresa's maybe not the best analogy. In fair, Buddha.
Better.
But I went too high with that. Dalai Lama. I found it. Dalai Lama.
So, did you hear about Iceland and Australia?
Rob, let me stop you. I know what you're going to say.
What?
You're going to say, have I heard the news? Because I know I know how much you love me. About Iceland and Australia. Am I right?
Good, there's an echo.
That's good. It's like, well, can I be Brian Ferry? Who would you want to be? You can be Sting.
Hell no.
No?
I'll be Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop. Spelt with 2 P's.
Yep.
Yeah, Iggy Pop.
P-P-O-P.
P-P-O-P. That could be, if we had names, that would you could be called. P-P-O-P. It's kind of Star Wars-y. Kind of old man smelly trousers. It's got lots of things going on.
Oh, no. So yeah,
yes,
guys have gone back to work. Crews in the movie industry have gone back to work
in Australia.
Yeah,
and
Iceland.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
And a few other places. So you were saying South Africa as well.
Yeah. There's a few places looking at it. I think that. I think it'll definitely. Well, I think it has to happen. I know for a fact there's people losing millions of pounds every second, and I think one of the problems is insurance. From what I can gather from speaking to directors and stuff, that there's issues around lots of different stuff. In Australia, interestingly, they've put everybody in quarantine.
Yeah.
So
took over a town, right?
Took over a town. Very Cruiston, isn't it?
Mm.
It's been done. It's been done before Spielberg. I don't want to surprise anybody there, but nice move. I imagine that they've been on the ball. That's been they've been losing dosh, and they've decided it's probably, I don't know how it works pay wise. There's probably some agreement that they're getting a bit more per diems and stuff. But Iceland are wearing armbands.
Yeah,
that. I don't know what we do here, Rob. What would we do here?
Armbands or wristbands? Hopefully just wristbands, not armbands. Armbands can be a little creepy.
They can be. Well, they can be creepy, can't they?
Yeah, if you got a big red or purple band up on your bicep.
We don't want that. And I don't really... Well, I do have one bicep, which is strange. I don't know why that is. But the bicep thing...
You're overworking it.
I'm overworking it, yeah. It's lifting cameras. I need an assistant.
Just keep telling yourself that.
In many areas. Yes, great. Yeah, probably it's a wristband. Over here, interestingly, there's a really, really lovely guy, really good friend called Conor Rotherham, who started a kind of a green action on Facebook for the industry to try and come up with ideas about how we can make things greener with regards to transport and a whole gamut of stuff.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
It's lovely. Well, you know everything from, well, you think in this, the COVID stuff. If you're getting your if you're getting your things handed to you from wherever on set, whether it be water or anything else, there's going to be concerns about who's doing the touching. So there's loads of stuff, but I don't see how it's going to happen here. for the meantime. I don't know. I haven't heard any definite dates, but it's nonetheless good news. And we know that the film industry takes stuff seriously. I did hear an interesting thing that they said that if somebody does fall ill, that, you know, with regards to furlough, and that they should be put off with full pay, you know, for the duration of the film. So I don't know. There's loads of complications.
Wow.
That
could get really expensive.
You could get a sore throat automatically.
Well, if you ended up with a whole department, going down,
yeah.
Like the camera department goes down. Oh, jeez.
Well, I've got my iPhone, Rob. I wouldn't worry too much about all that sort of stuff. You know,
yeah.
New iPhone, I could record DOP. I've never really thought that move.
There you go.
It's probably a
There's your calling.
Rob, it's a great story. Was that my story or your story?
That was yours. That's yours.
You give that to me?
I'll give you mine. I'll give you my first story.
Go.
My first story is a Sony story.
Oh.
Sony is giving their Pro Support members a free 6 months additional on top of their coverage, their annual coverage. So they get 6 months free. But the thing is...
Oh, here we go, catch.
It's only for North America. And you know why that is?
You made me sport me wine. Because Trump has threatened to do something bad to Japan if they don't do it.
Yeah. No. Because in the EU, you don't pay for Sony Pro Support.
No way. It's free?
So in North America, you have to pay for your Sony Pro Support. Over here in the EU, it comes free. As long as you have the requirements, as long as you have the right equipment and everything, and you're a professional and you can prove it and all that kind of stuff.
Well, why?
It's free.
Why do you have to pay?
Over there? I don't know.
Do they not know? Is it sort of, have we all been putting our hands over our homework and not letting on to the Americans?
No, I think they know it too. And there's been little articles here and there on the internet about this stuff. So, but there's no reasoning behind it that I've actually found.
Well, maybe
so that's my first story.
But maybe they just want to pay. Maybe they're just charitable, good citizens. You think on it.
Maybe not.
You're scared of getting into trouble by saying stuff. What are you wearing, Rob, by the way? I just want you to know this is concerning me.
I've got on my painting smock today.
Shut up. Did you say the word smock?
Yeah, what do you call it?
No, I think smock's a lovely... No, I'm not mocking. I'm actually trying to buy myself a kind of a sailing smock.
I just went down to the place down on, Church Lane?
Yeah.
Secondhand clothing store down there.
Oh, did you get one in there?
Yeah, I just got like an old 70s Wrangler button-up shirt. It's great. It's just a little bit oversized, and it works great as a painting smock.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just, I always look at you, I'm always surprised by how beautiful you look. Your hair is always kind of fine condition. I don't have hair for a start. You're always
condition. I don't condition my hair, dude.
We've talked about this, Rob.
We don't have any time to do that stuff. I don't even have time to shower.
Don't try and be cool, Rob. We all know you've got product in there. Okay. I can smell it whenever we meet.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for that.
You're very welcome. But if you do, on a good note, I have a friend called Aidan who's an amazing hairdresser. If you ever do want a wee bit of something, a wee bit of advice, we can maybe bring him in. That's a great idea. I
just wash and go. There's no time to mess around, futz around with other stuff. Just
whatever. Tony
grab
Timothy,
a bar of soap, rub it through your hair.
Tony Timothy. You'll get a dry scalp. You won't be laughing then. That's what happened to me. I did great.
Well, that's why you only shower once a month.
Me? Not even, Rob. If it was once a month, I'd have to pay more money. Rod Stewart. Somebody told me Rob Stewart only showers once a decade. That could be right.
That is a fallacy.
Do you think so?
Yep.
you know, I saw him in the Odyssey. It was absolutely incredible. And I had a massive argument with the lady behind me because my wife and I were snogging in front of her and she said it was inappropriate. And I thought, if you're going to snog to anybody, right in the middle of sailing.
What, in a concert?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Of course, that's what it's for. I almost had a lighter above my head doing that. She went crazy. She moved. She ended up moving. She was quite fierce. She had tattoos. She scared me. I stood my ground.
Here's some money. Take a cab.
Stood my ground. Move. It was just after I saw not Michael Jackson. God save that. I'm George Michael. George Michael.
Oh, jeez.
Do you know the concert only lasted 15 minutes? Do you know why?
Mm.
Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because I went to the bar to get a glass of wine for Leah and I. And it turned out that one of my students was behind the bar as a barman. I asked for a glass of wine. He gave me 2 pints of wine. And we drank it really quickly through straws. And we were wondering why he only sang 2 songs. That's nothing to do with photography. That's just to do with that.
That's your third story.
That's my third story. Kids, if you're out there, give people pints of wine because it really cheers us up. But it also hurt.
Drinking pints of wine through a straw.
Well, whenever he died, I felt guilty. I shouldn't laugh. That's a terrible thing.
Who, your bartender?
No, the bartender still knows live.
George Michael.
George Michael. God rest his sweet thoughts.
What's your next story, Chris?
Well, I'm going to surprise you by saying that I've got one story, okay? But don't. I know where you're looking right now. You're probably looking over to the left or the right, as you do, maybe up or down, something, or rolling your eyes. My story is a kind of a story that leads into a couple of stories, and it's not a story. It is a story. Mm-hmm. It is a story. You know what I'm good. You know what I'm like with the news. I can bend it a wee tiny bit. And what am I doing, Rob? What did you say to me? You don't read stuff off the Mac. Why? Because you don't have to. Because you're bright. Bright. You have a good memory, right? And you have long hair, and you're not fat. All this stuff that we keep reminding each other about.
Yeah, I'm a little fat.
But I couldn't write it in my moleskin book because the writing's too small. And if I did it big, I'd move into starting to use pages that I need for project stuff. Okay, so I'm just reading it off the screen. But what I did do was put it into notes. This will be a disaster, by the way, because this is totally new to me. But I'm going to go for it anyway. Okay,
go for it.
Here we go. Okay. Oliver Shanneran. I think I've got that maybe quite close to being correct. This could be a first. I kind of repeat that a bit for myself. Now we know Broomberg and Shanneran maybe because we do know them because they're famous, but we know them because they did. They came to Belfast Exposed and went through this isn't the story, but they went through Belfast Exposed and went through the archive and did a photo book. People in Trouble, Laughing, Pushed to the Ground. What's the name of it? Pink, you've seen it, Pink, and everything's it's lovely. Go and look at it anyway. I'll put a link to it. It's fantastic. But anyway, British Journal of Photography. I'm going to do this properly because if I move something, I'll not get back to it. The title is Oliver Shanneran's new installation, inspired by Amazon's distribution centres. Are you hooked? Are you in there? Yeah. What do you think of that? What do you think you're going to get with that, Rob? With that, if you didn't see anything, what do you think you're getting? Some sort of mechanical. Are you getting portraits? It's hard to know, isn't it? But let me tell you what it is. Okay, so he was asked by the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art. Mm-hmm. He was set up to go and do take photographs all over the UK. Okay, and then what happens? Big gig. That's a good gig to get. What happens? COVID happened, so he couldn't do it. Okay, I wouldn't say shelved, but it's definitely put into somewhere. Well, no, it's not shelved because the project is now this. I think from reading this. Okay, so he decided to. Now I'll read this. I'll read this a wee tiny bit because if I don't read it, I'll get it wrong, and then people will shout at me. Okay. He was posed to embark on a photographic survey of Britain. Okay, for so I keep saying South. San Francisco Museum of Modern Art. But then he found himself confined to his apartment, and the artist turned his lens to his partner, Fiona Jane Burgess. Oh, where's this going? I hear you ask. Now, why am I excited about this, Rob?
Why?
Because it's fucking brilliant, is why. It's not very often I'm captivated by something, but this is a story that just led me, for the past week, and the reason why it's only one thing I've got is because it kind of is into a couple of different areas that I think if you're reading this story, you want to hit links and kind of go on it's not an adventure, we all kind of know what the crack is, I'll explain that in a second, but it's a story that kind of leads into other stories and then takes you back on a bit of a historical journey through photography, and then a wee bit of investigating. You find there's things that you thought about photographs that you knew that you're kind of like, crikey, I didn't realise. Anyway, I'll not go on too much, but basically he took August Sander's Citizens of the 20th Century as a start point, okay, and August Sanders, as we maybe know, didn't complete the work, but there's 640, I think it is, images, okay, that he did complete. And one of those images, okay, is the painter's wife, okay. So this painter's wife, okay, it says Froy Abelen, but it does say her name somewhere else, but we'll call her Froy, okay. But it's Peter Abelen's wife, taken in the 1920s, and it's her standing as a new woman, okay, so the new woman of Weimar, so it's kind of, she's standing with slick back hair, short hair, she's wearing a white tunic and a white pair of trousers. Shoes are kind of feminine, but everything else is really kind of hard to say what gender she is. She's got a cigarette, a cheroot gripped firmly between her clenched teeth, and a strike of matches, and she's ready to light this up, okay. It's one of my favourite photographs, it always has been. They look incredible, okay. So I always took that at face value, that it was, he was documenting, aspects of Germany, and this was a new woman, something because of the munitions factories and all the stuff that happened during the war, that women had kind of moved into a new role, loads of people were unhappy with and uncomfortable with, okay. So that's kind of the starting point. That's the conversation that we have in the British Journal of Photography. So whenever you look at that, that sounds all kind of okay. So we realise he's going to do an extended portrait of Shannon is going to do an extended portrait of his wife. Okay, they have 2 kids, live in London. So he's up in the mornings taking stuff before the kids get up between sunrise and the kids waking in at 68 or something, and then he does it in the evening. So the photographs in the morning look different to the photographs in the evening, obviously, because there's flash in the evening, it's slightly harder, and you can see in the photographs, and they talk about this, where her form changes, slightly more animalistic. Okay, the morning stuff is sunlight, it's kind of golden, or it's kind of, there's a softer, more appealing area going on. So it's a really nice interview, talking to Shannon's wife and himself about this. Now, we haven't mentioned Amazon yet, so I'll be really quick. But I started getting into it, and I was like, God, I'm really fascinated about this August Sanders picture of the painter's wife. And a wee bit of digging, and I found out that actually the painter, or the painter's wife, the Froy Abelen, who was in it, her daughter had said that actually the picture isn't really depicting sort of reality, in a sense that he dressed the wife, he did the hair, he dressed her, he sculpted the whole thing. So you think that there's something new going on, but actually there's probably not. I mean, this was a step away from what August Sanders was doing. He was documenting kind of women in the at home and the femininity and all the stuff that was kind of entrenched in feminine values at the time. So this photograph stands out from his works. It's always really interesting, but then you find it's actually maybe not what it seems to be. Okay, so it was directed by the husband. That made me think then about Shannon's work. Obviously, he's not directing his wife, within the totality of the image, but it makes you think. Then, if you're looking at the images, it makes you read them slightly differently. And that probably isn't the intention, or maybe it is. But I'll be quick. The Amazon thing is really interesting, because what they have is, and I'll read it here. Okay. Oh, but there's a beautiful quote in it. Hugh Hefner ran his Playboy empire from his bedroom in what the writer Tom Wolfe described as a prison that was soft as the heart of an artichoke. Now we are all incarcerated in the heart of an artichoke. Isn't that fucking beautiful? Isn't that we're all imprisoned and we're soft. The soft incarceration. I always said about the elderly, old people's homes. That's beautiful. Okay, but the Amazon thing is essentially how it's going to do with the exhibition itself. So they have. Mediated by the apparatus, my photographs are no longer just images on to reflect on and experience, but rather a means of gathering behavioural data. Okay, so depends how long people look at stuff. Okay, how to look at it, what they look at, and everything else. They built this kind of technology, and it's by a really cool group called, I'm really bad at it, it's NEUE, New Farben, okay, or Farben. They're German guys, Hamburg in Germany, and they're working with them. But essentially, it's all to do with how long you look at an image and what you look at. So some of the work will never be seen, or seen maybe for very little. So the more common, the more popular pieces, this thing will gauge and put stuff up. So it's really interesting. It's kind of machine mind sort of stuff. I love it. I love it. I love everything about it. I love the way it's written. Yeah, and it's written by, I can never say this guy's name because I'm stupid. Sorry, guy, it's a girl. I always get this wrong. Sorry. By Hannah Abel. I know. Rob, don't laugh.
It's all right. It's just
I've got issues.
So the link will be in the description below.
Yeah. I've a reading age of 12. Did I ever tell you that? No.
What?
I have a reading age of 12. No, I really do.
Stop boasting.
I know. Stop showing off. In my family, that probably could be a success. People may be jealous of me. So there you go. That's mine. I'm going to put up about 3 or 4 links with that. Go to the new favourite Farben guys.
Great.
I'm going to I'll put it all up. We're running out of time.
Link it all together. Definitely.
I've went too far there, haven't I?
If you want to put a little description with those links, just so that you can describe which each link is going to be.
I definitely will. It's a journey through history and through time, and from imagine going from August Sander to a really beautiful kind of forward-thinking, futuristic data collection, and then that brings us into something else I'll talk about next week, which is the how we're being monitored by the government. But it's very interesting from a photographer's point of view. I hope this light looks nice because I feel very animated, and not only that. Are you drinking, Rob? You're drinking
absolutely.
Tequila. Yeah, I've got cheap cider and expensive wine. Who'd have thought?
You're chasing?
Well, not yet, but I will be in about 15 minutes. I'm chasing.
So you got the good cider and the cheap wine, and chasing the wine with the cider.
It's the good cider and the cheap wine. Well, cheap. I wouldn't say it was cheap. Well, it is cheap wine, but it's very, very. It's Irish. No, it's Irish ciders. You've confused.
Irish wine. Jeez, don't go for the Irish wine.
No.
Irish wine and French cider. Cider, or even worse, Italian cider.
Yeah. Breton cider's not. I have a friend from Hong Kong, from France. I'm going to send them links, but have you heard you dissing the French and you'd fly by? Do you know how many people died in Hong Kong with the whole coronavirus? Many people died in Hong Kong. Many.
Don't know.
4.
Wow. It's nuts.
4.
My story.
Yeah.
Is a really fun and easy one for everybody to participate in.
Oh, please let it be pin the tail on the donkey. Please let it be pin the tail on the donkey.
It's damn close to that, actually. It's damn close. It's Camera Obscura.
Love it.
People are turning their homes into Camera Obscuras.
Wonderful idea. Bringing the outside in. It's great. In.
Yeah. So basically, for anybody that doesn't know, Camera Obscura is a box with a tiny hole at one end. Mm-hmm. And from that tiny hole projects the outside into the box to the opposite wall, where you would usually have a light sheet of paper or film or photosensitive something.
To record.
To record it. But when you're doing it inside a room, mm-hmm. what you can do is you can hide on the one side of the wall where the hole is, and look back at the wall where it's being projected on, and take a photograph of it with a camera.
Okay.
So you're kind of cheating. Instead of using film or paper, you're actually recording it via another camera. So you're taking a photograph of your. Yeah, and I tell you, dude. We're running out of time, but I've got so many stories about doing Camera Obscuras in hotel rooms in Las Vegas.
Rob.
They're so censored. I couldn't even repeat half of them.
Rob,
but you get the idea.
Listen, I already find you attractive. You know I find you attractive. I don't need to think about what's going on there.
Oh, dude, the stories. Oh my God.
I just see Iggy Pop sweating like a pig with wads of money.
And the best way for people out there who want to try this, okay?
What?
So obviously you need to totally black out your room.
Yeah.
And it's best if you do it on a sunny day because you need as much light outside as possible and the least amount of light inside as possible. Yeah. And what you're going to do is you hold on one second.
Oh.
That was our timer. So what you're going to do is dark inside, bright outside. Yeah. Curtains are drawn. You're going to create a very tiny, tiny, tiny hole in the curtain, and you're going to make it bigger.
Yeah.
Or you're going to make a hole that's maybe a couple inches, and you're going to make it smaller to the point that it starts to sharpen up.
Focus.
Yes.
Yeah. Is the room to be as dark as a Tory's heart, Rob?
Don't you know it?
Gee, that is dark.
But I'm telling you, you can have so much fun with it.
Rob,
and it's really just something to try.
How many seconds have I got to reply to this? 1 or 2?
2.
Right, I'm going to tell you this. This morning I woke up, right? I believe in the unconscious bowl of human thought, okay? I swear to God I do. So I think whenever so many people think of something, something happens and other people start thinking about it. I was lying in my bed, just here. I could turn the camera around, but it's messy. And I thought about turning my bedroom for the kids into a camera obscura. Do you know why I didn't do it?
Why is that?
Because my room is shit on this side. It's a big, heavy dresser and there's loads of crap. I thought I couldn't. Laziness, Rob. Laziness.
But I tell you, like, I traveled so much in the 90s, almost every hotel room I was ever in, I always turned it into a camera obscura.
Yeah, did you do shadow puppetry? I bet you did. You're naked. You're a dog, Rob. Listen to the dogs. You've told them that story. I've woken up the demons in Rob's pants.
Dude. Rob. I'm going to have to go because these guys are... they're understanding what's going on. All right, man.
They're scared.
We'll do this again next week.
Please, Rob. Can we do it on Thursday next week? You stop arsing around and cut me off.
Yeah, we'll do it on Thursday.
Okay.
All right, Chris.
Okay, Bubbles.
Take it easy. Thanks again. Have a good weekend. Bye.